Welcome, everybody, to Breaking Impossibilities, where we are here with a very good friend of mine, a powerhouse, somebody that not only has broken impossibilities, but has ran through walls literally to get to where he wanted to be. And I'm going to tell you right now, your story, Zoon, is so inspiring to me and many others. And I brought you here, man, because I really wanted to talk to you about some of the things that you've done in life. Like you've gone from the military, living in an Asian family, all the way to running across America, and you are on a mission to scale $1 million business, man. And I just want to thank you for being a guest on this episode of Breaking Impossibilities and, man, helping me with everything that you've helped me with, man. So appreciate you.
Yeah, I mean, you came, you were like, "Hey, let's do a podcast." I was like, "Oh, thank you for inviting me,"
Yeah, yeah.
and thank you for having me as your guest too as well. And you're on such a big mission this year. Like, I just love to be a part of it, and I know you're gonna impact a lot of life. You've been, it's like you don't care if you get rewards or not. You've been doing this since like ever since I met you, like 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we've been on a couple of stages together, and every time you were on stage, you were like, the crowd was going wild. Like, you care so much.
Yeah.
So it's good that, now you have a show, you can get recognized, and your message gets out, and you're going to put a lot of people's story out. So I think that's like phenomenal for you to do something to make a difference like that. Because not a lot of people are willing to do that.
Nah, man, for real. And I want to thank you, man. And before we go any further, man, I mean, we do have to give a huge shout out to the Coach Paul, right?
Oh, the Coach Paul.
I mean, the
That's
Coach
the
Paul,
handle.
right?
That's the handle, yeah.
The Coach Paul. I mean, an absolute amazing human being. And without him in my life, in your life, this probably would never have been a relationship, man, to be where it is. So, Coach Paul, man, I definitely want to give you a shout out, man. Thank you so much, man. And I can't wait to have you on the episode of Breaking Impossibilities, hopefully very soon here, man. So, thank you, man.
No, I mean, he helped me run across California.
Yeah, I know. And he's one of the only people that like stuck to the plan, right? And was like, I'm gonna
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
do this, and we're gonna do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, you know, man, like being in business for the last like 2, 3 years, it was so crazy. A lot of people talk, and very few people actually follow through.
Yeah.
But I don't blame. It's just human nature. It's just like, it's just not everyone's meant to be at the top.
No, not at all. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And I could tell you, man, I was fucking like thinking about things, and I was like, I remember I tried to just run on the treadmill for a mile just to show, like, hey, I'm supporting the movement. And it was like, fuck that. I'm not about to run on this treadmill. I'm about to go hit these weights. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like on the mission, following through Instagram and everything like that, man. But back again to Coach Paul, man. What an amazing human being and the impact he's making on millions and millions of people by doing the things he's doing. So he's another person that's broken some impossibilities.
Yeah. And I think like the cool thing about people we know is like, sure, they don't get the recognition they deserve, but like they do it regardless. It's just a matter of time that they're gonna take the big stages. They're already taking local stages,
Exactly.
and like they're gonna be on the big stage pretty soon.
Absolutely.
It's just like, how long can you last in this game?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. How much are you willing to endure, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's
Uh,
just like it's just a game. I mean, in reality, it's like life is really how you make it. I mean, you talked about it, like it's just your perspective, wherever you're at. And yeah, I think it's like freaking amazing. But you've been through a lot of tough times. Can you share some of those times, with me?
I mean, yeah, man, I've been in a place of despair at a very young age. Like, I was born into adversity. Like, there wasn't, like, no doubts about this. Like, I came into a family that was addicted to drugs, criminal activity, and I mean, I don't even know if they even knew what they had going from day to day aspects. I remember at a very young age, man, my father and mother used to fist fight in the home. Like, and I was like privy to that, faced adversities and obstacles from the very beginning, understanding, dealing with different feelings and depression at a very young age. So, mother and father split up, man, and then I was born and raised in Oakland, California. And those are the things that really shaped who I am today. Didn't make it to high school. I basically stopped really involving myself in school about the 7th or 8th grade.
Damn.
Went to the streets of Oakland and started selling crack, running the streets, doing different activities that have to do with the streets, guns, gangs, violence, and different things. Got addicted to drugs at a very young age. Started out with marijuana, alcohol, ecstasy, cocaine, and then it just soon escalated to methamphetamines. Like I was putting a needle in my arm.
Damn.
So it's like, and I was digging in dumpsters. And, throughout this
Wow.
podcast, I'll be talking about different things like that, right? How did I overcome obstacles and adversities? People told me that I would never amount to anything, right? That I was worth nothing. I even had thoughts that my life wasn't even worth living. And I didn't care if I got shot and killed on High Street or not, you know what I mean? And those are the things that, where Breaking Impossibilities really came from. Because you can tell me something is impossible, but then if I really want to do it, anything you put your fucking mind to, you're going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so those are the things that I've dealt with in my life. Running from the police, breaking my legs, stealing cars, digging in dumpsters. This is just all along the lines of my life until I was 30 years old when I got clean and sober. And I was sitting in a jail cell and I just didn't want to do this anymore. And I thought about it like, how can I do something to change my life? Mm-hmm. So I went from there and just went to a program, bro, and really started to make these epic, impactful changes, and I just have been going forward ever since. Like, I'm never going to get high no matter what. I've been to jail twice while I was clean. Mm-hmm. And faced with adversities in there, thinking about different things, but I still didn't pick up no dope. I still didn't quit on the cause, and that's to continue to keep my life better. I really dedicate this. I lost my father last August, so I really dedicate everything I do to my mom and my dad. You know what I mean? Because they didn't really have the lifestyle that some of us have nowadays, right? They didn't really understand like what it is to do or to scale or to become the best version of themselves. Mm-hmm. So I do everything in honor of them to let them know that like I am the person that they believed I was, because they were probably the only person that did believe in me.
Damn.
And at times they didn't believe in me as well. I was a disappointment. Mm-hmm. But those are the things that fuel my fire. And that's what this podcast is all about, really, is to show you guys that, I'm here to light the fire under your ass, and then to make sure if you are ever doubting yourself, you're in despair, you think you're not able to do anything, well, I want you to continue to tune in and listen here, because this is where you're going to get that fire, this is where you're going to get that motivation, and this is where you are going to be inspired to be the best version of yourself. No matter what it is that you think that you cannot do, I promise you that you can do.
That's fire. You're like on a bar. I was like, damn.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But that's just what it is, and that's what it is. But, a little bit back to you, like, man, tell us, like, kind of where you came from, and, like, what was it like for you as a child growing up?
For me, growing up in America, like, so it's kind of crazy terms because, like, I moved over from Vietnam, right? Mm-hmm. And it's a whole different world.
Hold on, talking about you were born there?
I was born in Vietnam, yeah. I'm an immigrant. First
oh my
generation.
God. Yeah, I remember now.
I have an immigrant work ethic, you know what I'm talking
about? For real. Nobody works harder than you, my guy.
No, there's some people out there. There's some people out there.
Nah.
But, yeah, so I came when I was 8. Like, my first impression was like, yo, the streets in America is hella clean. Like, it's kind of bad in Vietnam, But, yeah, I was just growing up, being different. Like, just, people, like, bully me or so. But I don't know what it is. I just started to eat a lot, and I got really big really fast, so I didn't get bullied that much. But it was kind of hilarious. They put me in special ed.
Did you know how to speak English or anything like that?
They said I was too hyper or something. But I did notice that. I was like, why am I with the special ed kid? And they put me there for a little bit. They took me out. They're like, okay, never mind.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just having too much energy. And then, yeah, just growing up, just, trying to fit in. I noticed, like Asian people in America, they don't speak up a lot, or they're, like, very quiet. But
yeah,
I'm, like, kind of trying to be the opposite, I'm, like, the opposite. I don't know. Because growing up for me in Vietnam, it was, like, I'm the one that's, like, speaking and doing all that. Like, why am I stopping just to fit in, Mm-hmm. So I did that. I did military, did 8 years as a reserve and active duty, like Fleet Marine Corpsman, for the Navy. So I was a medic basically, and yeah, got out, sold cars, went to college, and then found myself starting a business. That was hard. The business thing was probably the hardest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, next to the run across America, but that was like, I don't know. I feel like that was like a prophecy I had to like do, and surprisingly, it was kind of easy on the run across America. I was like, wait, I don't know. Maybe I was just aligned with what my goal was, because I was like, man, I'll never be this young again, and I wanted to do it ever since like 22, like young, you know. But I was like, oh my God, I'm about to turn 30. If I don't do it now, my body will never be like, it'll never be this easy, you know. But just like in life, it'll never be this easy as in this moment ever again.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And I turned 30 this last month, in April, you know.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. And I was like, I had like a little crisis. I was like, wait, damn. You age fast. Yeah. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. Okay.
I was like, damn, that was fast. That was like, I blink and I'm 30 with no hair.
Yeah.
That's fast. Yeah, like your hair. You're very blessed.
Yeah, hopefully it stays this color for a long time. I'm hoping to break that impossibility.
Yeah. No, but I'm telling you, it was so fast. I was like, now I really have to like stay on my A game and really grind, And I was, we had some six-figure months in revenue. It was pretty wild, a lot of work. Never thought it was possible, but I was in the mind was like, oh, I got to make these sales. If these sales don't come through, I'm not gonna get to run across America. That's why I push so hard. And I think always having a really big goals can help just push all the little things away that might keep you, I guess, in the realm of like average. Like just big goals, just do it,
And, I want to tap on something because I listened to your podcast and I want to shout out the Ideal Hour, right? Because I think that was one of the first podcasts that you hopped on when you returned back from your run.
Yeah.
And the thing is what I kept hearing is that, you almost had to end the run early because of your funds being locked up.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know, like, in America, when you have a business and you start to make a lot of money very fast.
Yeah.
They just lock up your money.
Yeah. That's the mob.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
The IRS is the mob.
That, but also like the Stripe. It was Stripe. I still use Stripe. I have to because it's linked to a high level.
Everything is controlled by the
PayPal
by the government.
PayPal locked up your money, people's money. Shopify, because the thing is like they have a chart, right, where it's like, hey, this person started a business and they make this much money and it looks safe, right? But like I had some really big months and I opened a couple like Stripe accounts and that one was from like another partner. But think about it, you open a Stripe account, that same week you made $40,000.
Yeah. And it's like they don't really help you scale.
No, they're just trying to go with a normal metrics. Oh, you should make $10,000 your first month.
Yeah.
But I was going ham. I was like, oh, this is my chance to get my run across America happen. I sold like 100+K that 2 weeks.
And it doesn't even make sense. It's like I'm trying to scale a business, and like, how are you going to control my money? Like, it doesn't even make sense. Like
they hold it for months. A lot of people will actually go bankrupt with Stripe. Like these companies, I was doing research. Like they will hold like 600,000, $1 million. Like big companies with big processes.
Okay.
That will do damage to a lot of people. But I didn't know that was a thing. Like I thought it was like a myth.
Yeah, that's messed up, man.
I hope you never get to experience that.
I hope I do, actually.
Oh, okay.
Because that means I'm scaling.
Yeah, that means you're pounding like 30K, 50K, 80K a week.
Now my thing is to take what you've gone through and use it at my disposal and try to navigate around that.
Stripe headquarters in SF. You could just. I was in the middle of Kansas when that happened.
Yeah. But like what I was getting back to is like it seemed pretty impossible that this run wasn't gonna continue, right?
Oh, yeah.
But like for you, you was like, you know what? Instead of running 20 miles a day, I need to go up to 30 miles.
Yeah,
a day.
that wasn't part of the plan. I was doing the math and the calculation. I was like, if I amp up 10 more miles every day, I will make it.
And bro, that's how you
I
broke.
barely made it. Like, barely made the money and the physical.
And you broke fucking impossibilities.
Yes.
Like you broke the impossibilities of not fucking doing it. Like, and you didn't give up on yourself.
Yeah, it
and
was
that's
like
what this is all about.
100%. Like, by barely a stretch of a hair, like barely. It was like, that was wild.
Yeah.
Even with the yacht event I did last month, I got 2 of the most expensive yacht in Miami,
Yeah.
And the way that we had to pay for those expensive yacht, they don't want you to pay with credit card.
Yeah.
You know why? Because they don't want you to rent out the yacht for like $30K, 25, whatever, and get a dispute, because those yacht cost hella money. Like the one I was on, there's 2 that I booked. The lower tier one was like $80K a month to maintain.
Yeah.
And the other one, I'm sure it's like $100K a month to maintain. But that's some crazy numbers, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Me coming from like an average, like worker to like trying to do businesses is like, it's crazy.
It seems impossible, right?
Oh yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, like, man, like that was a wild hustle. On that last week of before the event, I was like, damn, I don't have enough money.
Yeah.
And I hustle, boom, 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 call every number on my phone, everything, and I made it happen.
A man of many possibilities.
Yeah, I was like, but it's also like my birthday too, so it's like birthday plus mastermind plus awards for winning clients.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah.
And that's amazing, man. What you're doing is like you're not only like helping these people scale and they're like clients are paying you, but you're also acknowledging them for their hard work.
Oh yeah, because you know
That's
what
huge.
you know what it is in entrepreneurship. No one gives you your flowers.
Yeah.
I think another friend of mine talks about. They see the shine, they want to probably rub it off of you, but a lot of them don't have the capacity to go through what you have to do to achieve that. But yeah, you see the shine on Instagram, but there's a lot of dark times that people don't see.
No, for sure. And then that's what it's all about, man. It's giving people their notoriety, right, and being able to acknowledge them and let them know that they're doing good. Because what I deal with is something that is like inside of here, right? And I'm my own worst critic. And I'm going to tell myself, no, you're not going to be able to do this. And I've been dealing with this since a kid because what has been instilled in me by my parents, by people around me, right? It's just like, oh, yeah, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. Oh, no, like, you know what I mean? And I've always kind of been told that, like, I'm not going to be able to do anything, and this is impossible, don't do this. Like, I remember one time somebody told me when I got clean, I went back to, the neighborhood where me and my mom was living in, and one of her friends seen me, it was like, oh, my God, look at you.
Yeah.
You look like a movie star.
You do?
Right?
Your wedding?
Yeah.
Damn. I was like, what the heck? Is like a GTA character?
No, for real. And I'm like, and he was like, man, I would have never bet $1 million on this.
Damn.
And I says, well, you should have. Because you would be a multimillionaire right now.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I said, because don't ever doubt me.
Yeah.
Like, especially when I'm doubted. Like,
yeah.
It's just, it puts a different fire under my ass where I'm like, oh, you think I can't do this?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to make it happen.
Yeah.
Right? And I remember just sitting at this, me and my wife, Tanea, man, shout out to my wife too, man, because she's a strong supporter. She's the one that's always pushing me when I say I can't do it, right? And, we were sitting there and we were trying to come up with some things because I started posting like motivational speeches or like little quotes on Instagram. And they're like, well, what is this going to be called? And I'm like, well, shit, anything is possible. Nothing is impossible. When you break that word impossible down, what does it say?
Yeah.
I'm possible.
Right.
So it's like breaking impossibilities, and that's where it really all formed from, But I want to kind of get back to really this mission that you've been on because, man, it's really been huge, right? It's like when you were in the military, did you ever think that you would be where you're at today?
No.
No.
I thought it would be like at a 9 to 5, like office work.
Okay. And then when you came home, that's how it kind of all started, right?
Yeah, because I was like, I never thought I'd be where I am today. Like
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was gonna be in the office doing normal people activity. You know.
Yeah.
I come from a lower class, so growing up, with poor families, you have a lot of poor habits. You know,
Say that again, please.
you grow up with poor family, you have poor habits.
Absolutely.
So the military did help a lot. You know,
The structure.
yeah, it's like they brainwash you to be better. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, it's like you gotta just have those battles every day.
Mm-hmm.
Like because I've been around really wealthy family, and I see how they behave and stuff. I do a lot of their content for their marketing and stuff.
The structure.
Very structured. They don't miss. It's crazy. I'm just like, oh wow, you're just going this trajectory
Mm-hmm.
for like 10 weeks. You're in a whole different tax bracket. So yeah, that's what I see. Like I had to get a lot of like negative of myself out too as well.
Jail taught me that.
Yeah.
Structure. Being incarcerated. Making your bed. Like my grandma always used to try to force that military mindset on me, but I would always just run up out of there and do whatever it is. Like, my grandma was a big, huge supporter of mine. Like she's one who always used to push me. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying that my family wasn't there to support me or push me, but like they were there. But my grandma was huge, and I was just a rebellious ass kid, and so it's like, but I know when I was living in the streets, homeless, digging in dumpsters, stealing cars, running from the police, really didn't have no direction. When I got into jail and I understood what structure looked like, you're waking up at a certain time, you're eating at a certain time, you're making your bed. It was kind of like a military type of thing,
Oh, 100%.
It's, like,
it's very militant.
Yeah, and then you're like section, it's like you're, and I was in Santa Rita jail, so it's very politics there, so you have to be like inside your own, like race or whatever at times, so it was like very like that, but so I learned that in understanding that poor family has poor habits because you just don't think anything is possible.
Yeah.
You
Oh, I think a lot of it's just mindset too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's huge.
Can you expand on more on that? Because I don't know. It's just like the family structure blueprint is kind of what gives you your blueprint for the rest of your life, and your goal is to like better that blueprint. Okay.
For me, it's like as I got older and I started to understand, like, the trials and tribulations of addiction, mental health, and just trying to make it day by day, I kind of understand what like my mom was going through, right? So it's like she wasn't like really like she was just trying to not fail, right? Yeah. And when you're trying not to fail, it's not that you're trying to succeed. Mm-hmm. You're just not trying to fail. Like, no, different mindset. We have to have that mindset of like, we're not going to even think about not failing because that's not even an option. Our thing is this, we are going to be successful and there's going to be everything that we put our mind to is going to be able to be accomplished. It's just understanding understanding what my mom went through. It's like when you're trying not to fail, mm-hmm. It's not that you're trying to succeed. You're just not trying to fail. So you're doing everything in your power not to fail. Mm-hmm. You're not trying to scale. You're not trying to move forward. You're not trying to do the things that you are aspired to do, like these things. Like right now, I got a vision that I'm going to do this backpack movement. Mm-hmm. I'm going to do the back to school. And I have no idea how it's going to happen, but it's going to happen regardless. There's nothing that's going to stop me, right? Mm-hmm. Coming to do this very podcast. It's like, it didn't matter how many times I told myself to call and say, you know what, I'm not going to be able to show up today. I still walked in here and we're going to make it happen. You know why is that? Because I don't have a failure mindset. I have a champion mindset. And that's going to continue to keep moving me forward no matter what it is. I have to shut that shit up inside of me and tell myself to keep pushing forward. Because it don't matter what it is that gets in your way. I've already proven to myself that I can get through anything, over anything, and around anything that I've ever been in my way. Right? And that's the thing about breaking impossibilities. You know what I mean? And that's it right there. It's like breaking that generational dysfunction, yep, and building generational wealth. Mm-hmm. And how do you do that? Yeah. You keep pushing that needle forward.
You're breaking the generational curse.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And I'm a substance use counselor, so I'm very well known. Like, there's generational addiction right?
Damn.
That gets passed down and passed down to kids. You know what I mean? Some people are like, oh no, it doesn't. But there is a scientific fact that is, if you think about the parents that are in addiction and then it passes down to the kids, it's not like they just come out and they just start smoking meth or they start doing this, but they have a different click in their brain, right? And is they start smoking weed or they start doing some stuff like that, then it activates it. And what I tell the kids that I work with, because I work with youth, is like, hey, look, if you could just not smoke until your body matures and it physically just kind of grows, because it goes all the way up until 25, you'll break that generational curse, and your kids won't have that addiction mentality, that addict mentality, And so that's the same thing as with mindset, bro. It's like you got to change your perspective, because if you don't change your perspective, what's going to happen? It's like to the age, like, so it's like from, you could just wait until you start smoking weed till about like 21 to 25. We can look up the numbers afterwards, right? Just to make sure. But like, it's like in between that time, it's like when they start to do that, like they break that chain. They break it. They just disconnect the whole thing. You know what I mean? And I've read that somewhere. I don't remember where, but I know that I used to tell the kids that, like, hey, if you could just wait, because I mean, they're already smoking weed, they're drinking, and that's how it all starts, right? And the same thing with your mindset, you know what I mean? And then, like, my goal is to, like, obtain some clients, get these clients, and help these guys, help women, men, kids, or whoever it is to change that mindset, where it's not like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that, because this is all I've ever been taught. No, 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 no. What we're going to do is we're going to change that mindset. We're going to change that perspective. Instead of saying I can't, we're going to take T out of it, and we're going to say I can. You know?
And you're building a whole community around this.
I'm building a whole community around this.
That's awesome.
From the very bricks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like just by posting, every day, every other day is just this motivational topics of like, hey, adversity, addiction, mental health. Like, you can break this. Like, I'm already speaking to people on TikTok and Instagram. They're like, oh, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can do this. I can't do this. I was just talking to somebody on TikTok the other day, and they were telling me about their usage and how much they drink, and they just don't feel like they can keep moving. I talked to her the other day, and she's doing fine. She's, thank you for reaching out. Thank you for checking on me. You know what I mean? It's like, this is what we're here to do. Like, my passion is to help people, become a better version of themselves through whatever it is, mental health, addiction, and all of that,
Damn, I love it. That's an honorable thing. That's a lot of people, they don't ascend that high in the like hierarchy pyramid to see what you're seeing. So no, congratulations on that.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. So, like, and I think, to start wrapping it up, man, like, you ran across America. You broke those impossibilities.
Got that off my bucket list.
Off the bucket list, right? You come home. You're throwing yacht events. You're creating software to help people scale at a reasonable price. I mean, like, you are doing, like, things in the industry that people aren't doing, because I truly believe that you have a kind heart. And it's not that you're doing this. Yes, of course, you're going to make some money, because that's the goal, right? We need to make money. That doesn't matter what it is. We have to make money to survive in this world today. But you're making just enough money where you can help people. And if there's a meter of we're going to help people or make money, you're right in the middle.
Yeah.
And I think that's an honorable thing, man.
Yeah. I'm trying to do just stuff at scale, because when you do it at scale, you can really shape like a community, like a network, or even like a whole group of people. Community. I don't know. It's just a lot of time we overcomplicate things on a lot of things. Websites, marketing messages, like the simplest message, the simplest website, simplest landing page or funnel, make millions of dollars. But thank you for having me on your podcast. So I'm kind of honored feeling I'm the first guest, but I'm sure you're going to have amazing group coming on, and I can't wait to see you in 12 months. Where you be at?
Yeah, man, and it's just gonna be day by day, right?
Mhm.
And so maybe it's like, who would you like to see next on this
I need to
podcast?
see Paul. I like to see Paul.
That's what I'm talking about. We need to get Paul on the podcast. For sure. I'm definitely gonna have him on the podcast, man, because I know I was um, his first guest on his podcast. And
Oh,
it was
that's sick.
yeah, it was an honor. And without him, man, I probably wouldn't be where I'm at today.
Mhm.
And I have to say that, man. So because I mean, he's just such an inspiring person, and the things that he's doing in the community in Hayward, Castro Valley, and stuff like that is amazing. But yeah, man. So um, just continue to keep doing what you're doing, man. I do want to shout out Kraken Media,
Oh yeah.
Kraken Marketing, all of that stuff, man, because you guys came out and showed out, man.
Mhm.
My guy Gio back here, man, you guys really came and showed out, man, for my wedding, man.
Oh, that was sick.
I don't know, man. You guys probably like put an extra 25 years on my marriage just because of the great photos that you guys done, and so it's like that right there is just huge, man. You can keep that cough in it, but it's good, you know what I'm saying?
No, but like I said, like that was pretty fun. I never seen a wedding where you guys got like a getaway car that comes down from the hill, pull up,
Oh
in
yeah,
the snow. I was like, that's kind of sick.
all that was from nothing, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm probably gonna owe a lot of taxes. You know what I'm saying for that, but like, I mean, I just want Christmas Eve. She was like, "I want to get married to you," and I was like, "Okay, but you want this $80,000 wedding?" You know what I mean? And she was like, "Well, let's just make it happen." And I was like, well, "You want to get married at your sister's cabin?" She was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Let's do it in the snow." So we just made it happen, bro. And I put that together in like 2 months. Me, her sister,
Damn.
and her sister's gonna be someone that I'm gonna ask to get on the podcast, man, because she's another
Oh,
individual that has
yes.
broken impossibilities.
She does stuff for.
She's a designer.
Yeah.
She's a fashion designer. She's absolutely the best fashion designer in my eyes. Shout out to Candace Kawoko.
Yeah. Oh, you have a great lineup coming.
And so there's just different things in work for us. But man, I would just appreciate you guys, man.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much, man, for being the first guest on this episode, on this podcast,
What
for
an
this
honor.
episode. Yeah, and
Thank you.
yes. And back to you guys, man. If you ever think that you're not able to do anything in your life, you feel like you've hit a wall, I just want you to know, listen to this episode and continue to keep tuning in to know that you can run through that fucking wall. It doesn't matter what gets in your way. You are your worst enemy, but you are your best advocate, man. So instead of telling yourself you can't, tell yourself you can, and, overcome that adversity. With that, man, remember to believe in yourself, trust yourself, and love yourself, because anything is possible. You're possible, baby.